Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about how we can not only be kinder to ourselves, but be kinder to everyone else. Because if you believe like I do, we're all source, God, goddess, whatever, the way we treat others is really the same as the way we are treating ourselves. So it's about showing up consistently. How can I be more loving? How can I be more compassionate? How can I be more accepting of others? Because it's very easy to, sometimes it can be very easy to put ourselves down and you're the only one that's wrong, you're the only one that's shit, la 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 la, everyone else is fine. Or it can go the other way and we feel like we're the only ones that have it together and everyone else is too much or too little, they work too much, they never work, they don't work enough, or they're too crazy, they're too boring, they're too loud, they're too quiet, whether it's the big or the little things. As soon as you're saying, oh, they're too much or they're too this, it's it's all relative. It's just your perspective, and it's very easy to look at the people on your right and look at the people on your left and think that you're the one that's got your shit together. Even with some more mundane things like you're walking down the street, and this has happened to me before, where there's a slow walker and you think, oh, fucking slow walker, get out of my way, and then you overtake them, and then some guy comes brushing past you and you think, whoa, they need to calm down, why are they walking so fast? And then I think, well, who do I think I am? I'm the one perfect walker speed and everyone else is too fast or too slow. Even at the moment, it's quite a common conversation about consumerism and thinking, oh, they're so materialistic, how can they have so much stuff, they spend so much on a car and da 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 da. But if you've ever bought something or you've ever worn clothes, then you are more materialistic than the person that lives in the cave naked their whole life, especially more so than the animals. They probably look at us and think, these crazy people, whether you've got a backpack or you've got a huge house filled with stuff, you're more than an animal. So we're all like materialistic in our own ways. And how much stuff is too much? How much is too much to spend on a house? It's all relative. So it's kind of easy for a lot of us to look at a mosquito, say, and think that their life is for some reason less valuable. Maybe because they're smaller, they're much smaller than us, they're easy to squish, they don't live for as long, and there's loads of them, and they spread malaria. So these things. But the mountain could look at us and think, they're way smaller than me, there's so many of them, they're spreading disease and violence, and they've been around for a tiny fraction of what I have. So it's all completely relative, and I feel that in the animal kingdom there's much more acceptance, and in all the sentient beings there's an acceptance that, yeah, life is different for all of us and we're all viewing it from such different perspectives. But that doesn't go to say that any life is more important than any other, because it's very easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we are the most important thing, because we are the center of our own universe. But it's a much more peaceful way to live, I find, if we can be more accepting and more compassionate to everyone else's ways and lifestyles and things. And the more we can live from a heart-based place, and the more we can live in love and acceptance, the more we're creating the space for others to do the same. Whereas if we're saying too much, too little, we're creating these barriers and this rigidity around what's right, what's acceptable, what's okay, and anything outside of that is weird and wrong and da da da. And when we create these limits of what is okay on either side of the scale, we're creating these limits around ourselves. So then it's very easy for us to limit how far we want to push ourselves. We might think, oh no, that's too out there, that's too wild, or that's too boring, like da da da. So then we are not so free to be able to explore our more wild side, or our more introspective side, and go and talk to no one for 3 months or whatever. So if we can be accepting of everything, then we can free ourselves because we're allowing ourselves to explore our boundaries, to explore our limits of what we want to do and how we want to live. And then we can find our own truth in all of these situations, rather than the truths that we have inherited from society, from family, from friends, from our ancestors even. So it's a very useful practice, I find, to every decision, big or small, just to check in with my heart. What is making me feel expansive in this situation? What does my heart really want? How can I choose from love and not from fear, and not from shoulds, and not from constriction, that place where we feel like we have to do something because of something else or someone else? Because anytime we say should or have to, I take that as a big warning sign for myself to check in and look at the intentions behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because if I'm doing something because I think I should, it's probably not coming from a heart-based place. It's coming from a place of inherited beliefs and rules. I mean, we live in a society that there's enough fucking rules that we don't need to impose any more on ourselves. Because when we say, I have to do something, I have to go to work tomorrow, you don't have to go to work. You're choosing to go to work because you're going to get some money. And for you right now, that feels like a good exchange. Maybe it's helping you pay off your debt or pay for your rent or whatever it is. You don't have to. You're choosing to. And kind of regardless of the conversation of whether we even have free will or not, let's just pretend we can choose, because every day, whether our life looks the same as it has for the past 10 years or whether it's different every day, we're choosing every day to stay in that relationship, to stay in that job. Is this coming from a place of the heart? And even just the small things, feeling like we have to do something for someone else, when it's not coming from a place where we want to, it's got such a different energy behind it. It comes with resentment and maybe regret. But if you are in a trapped, if you're feeling trapped right now in a relationship or a job or a situation, it's often not something to be taken lightly. So I don't want to make too much light of this situation. And if you are feeling like that, please do reach out to someone, a friend, a stranger, me even, because it can be a scary place to be when you are feeling trapped. But we always have a way out. So living from the heart is, I think, the most radical thing we can do with our days. As every time that we choose from the heart, that we do things regardless of what others may think, or regardless of what they say is right or wrong, we're literally creating this energy. It ripples out and it's creating a space where it's activating other people's hearts, and everyone else is then hopefully becoming more and more free to do what they want, because when we're living in a heart-based world, everything is just more in alignment with our own personal truths. So we're finding our own truths and finding peace from accepting that others' truths are different from ours. We have no idea what their experience has been. Even you can take a step back from this and someone could be really judgmental of others, and then you could think, they're so judgmental, I can't believe it. But then you're judging them for judging. So it's the same energy behind it. So it's really remembering that, because I have to remind myself this too sometimes, that I have no idea what that person has been through or why they're so judgmental against a person or a group of people or whatever it is. Similar thing, like you can hear someone talking shit about someone, and then you can go and talk shit about them talking shit, and then it's just this knock-on effect. It's like the phrase, an eye for an eye makes everyone blind, and it really is the same. We can't just, well, we can, but the more that we think that we're the only ones that are right and everyone else is wrong, we're creating more limitations on ourselves and on others, and living from a more constricted place. So I guess another thing that I wanted to say about relativity is that kind of the other side of it. So it's very easy to change your mindset about well, maybe it's not very easy, but it's possible to change your mindset about your current position. Because there could be a rich guy out there or a rich woman out there that's got 2 boats and 4 houses, and she's looking at her friends that have 5 boats and 10 houses, and she's thinking that she's poor, or she's thinking she hasn't got enough. Whereas there could be a guy on the beach that's just caught a fish and he's feeling like the richest man in the world. So you can be anywhere in life, and if you're looking around thinking that everyone's got more, or if you're looking thinking, I've got everything I need, the relativity of it is kind of irrelevant. The main thing that's going to change how you feel is how you look at what you have. Because really, right now, I assume that you're breathing, you're alive, you've can look at all the good things you've got in your life, and suddenly you're the most abundant person in the world. Because we can always chase for more, we can always have more money, we can always have more friends, more love, like whatever it is. The more we chase more, the less that what we do have is going to be enough. So it all starts within. It's everything that we want, love, abundance, prosperity, is all within us. Beauty is within us. We have it all here already. So we don't need to necessarily chase it externally, because it's kind of similar to the man chasing the carrot that's attached to his head. You can always keep chasing, and sometimes you just need to take a second and think, wow, I've actually got it pretty good right now. So it's just changing the mindset, because gratitude again brings you to that place of the heart, feeling thankful and full of love for everything that you do have right now, because there's always going to be more, there's always going to be less, and it's all just perspective, it's all just relative. So I guess to round up, I think that some questions that I like to kind of go by is, how can I show up and love and compassion again and again and again? And how can I just find more acceptance of this situation or what the others are doing? And how can I lead the way by leading with my heart and creating ripples for then others to do the same? So checking in often with your heart, your higher self, your guide, your guardians, however it looks for you. And I find it makes decision making a whole lot easier when I listen to my heart, because the brain, the mind, the ego gets out the way, and I choose with love. So thank you for watching, and I hope this has given you some food for thought. And if you have any feedback, I'm always happy to hear comments. And I hope you have a love-filled day.